Please welcome a man who, when he was a child, was called a liar. Now, I think of him as a fantastic writer, David Benioff. I love the fact that you now have to describe yourself as a writer of fiction novels.
Yes.
Because people in LA simply don't get the word novel.
Yes. Well, first of all, I remember moving there and I'd be at a party and someone would say, "What do you do?" And I'd say, "I'm a writer." And they'd say, "Movies or television?" And I'd say, "No, actually, I'm trying to write books." And they'd say, "Oh," and they'd say, "Fiction or nonfiction?" And I'd say, "Well, I'm a novelist." And they'd say, "Oh, fiction or nonfiction?" Well, no, and the first few times I thought it was really funny, and then it happened so many times it stopped being funny, and I start to say I'm a novelist, a fiction novelist. That was just kind of the broad answer.
But you actually did, despite yourself, do a lot of research for this, didn't you?
I did, and you know the story is fully fictional. But that said, every historical detail, as far as I know, is accurate. I'm sure I've made mistakes. I think it would be impossible to write a novel set in 1942 without getting any single detail wrong. I'm sure there are mistakes in it. Someone caught one in the hardcover actually, which has been since corrected, where I had a plastic tarp on the ground, and someone said it was too late for me to correct it, unfortunately. But someone's like, "Really? Well, there would have had plastic in 1942 as in a tarp on the ground?" And I was kind of like, no, they wouldn't have, and it was very frustrating because it was too late and it haunted me. But now in the paperback it's gone, so that makes me happy. But that said, as far as I know, all the historical details are right. But anyway, this is a really literary conversation we're having here. I thought we'd be talking about, like, Nabokov and metaphor.
Oh, do you want me to step it up a little bit? I'm sorry. What do you want?
No, this is good. This is good. Let's keep it lowbrow.
I'm sorry. You are an excellent writer. You're a wonderful writer. I was totally brought into the story. But you're also pretty scatological. You can't tell me about Loeb. You have a character talking about how he hasn't shit repeatedly throughout the book.
I'm a Jew, Warren. I'm a Jew. That's what we talk about. You know, this is bowel movements is a big part of Jewish life.
Now I can continue lowbrow and there won't be any fights over this?
Please,
okay,
please.
Good.
There might be fights over it, but continue.
And now when you move on to screenwriting, I've also heard you say you don't believe in structure whatsoever.
No, I never said that.
Oh, it's in print, my friend.
No. Let's make a wager for real on this one. How much you want to bet that? You're saying that I said I don't believe in structure. I'll bet you $100 I never said that.
All right, let's go.
Okay. Now here's what I actually said. I said I don't believe in the 3-act structure, or more accurately, I said I don't believe it's the rule that people make it out to be, that every good script has to follow a 3-act structure. So I'll take that money anytime, but...
Is talent a fanatical mistress? Is that really the way you see her?
You like quoting me against me, don't you? Is talent a fanatical mistress? I don't know. It sounded good at the time. I think I know what he's saying within the context of the story. I heard Richard Ford say once that he didn't believe in talent, which I thought was really interesting. And we were talking about this right before tonight, just over beers. In terms of writing, talent is I do believe in it, but I think Richard Ford his larger point was that there are so many talented people out there who have these innate gifts and they just kind of squander them, or they just don't work hard enough for it. And the fact is, I think that the work ends up being more important in some ways than the talent, because I guess it's the old Woody Allen line about, was it 80% of it is showing up or 90% of it is showing up? I don't know. I've already had a beer, so I'm off on the percentages. But I think talent can often be overrated. I think about one of my closest friends who was, in my mind, by far the most talented writer that I went to college with, and he's never written anything since college. He was writing the most beautiful short stories, really, really haunting, just kind of head and shoulders above everyone else in our classes. And but for whatever reason, he's never been able to kind of buckle down and get to work and put in the time at the typewriter or the computer, whatever it is, and finish a book, or even finish a collection of stories or screenplay or poetry, whatever. It's not a lack of talent. It's something else. It's something else that's keeping it from happening. So I don't know if that's an answer to your question or not. I think probably not, but as good as you're going to get.